For Lacey Gilbertson, Lulu MPSZ, it's 2 knockdowns to finish on 8. The triple bar at 8, as well as the horsehead oxer at 12 with the water tray underneath. 75.490, that time in a score of 8 for Lacey Gilbertson with Seabrook LLC entry Lulu MPSZ. Christian Coyle now with Chicago CM. The Irishman on the first of his 2 mounts this evening. Listed as the owner, the 11-year-old Holsteiner by San Padrignano Cassini. Christian Coyle with ribbons recently at Greenwich and Saugerties in September. Christian Coyle, our 8th rider to get the start. Still just the one clear. Venezuela's Luis Larrazabal with Quick Chick 3. It's the knockdown at the 6 at C for 4 jumping and 3 on the clock for Christian Coyle with Chicago CM at 79.042. The Irishman finishing on a total of 7 with his own entry, first of his 2. Here ahead of the drag break in round 1 of tonight's $40,000 Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Just the one clear so far. Luis Larrazabal with the Quick Chick at 3, owned by Victoria Irtamonte. In fact, our first combination on course, our only to go clear so far. And this will be our 9th duo to receive the tone. It's Morgan Qualls out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, with her own favorite, Darmanville, a 9-year-old Decel Francais mare by Capit Kennedy, our 9th to show. It's a score of 18 for Morgan Qualls with favorite Darmanville. 12 jumping faults for the 3 knockdowns, 6 on the clock at 82.508 for the owner rider from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Welcoming our 10th rider on course this evening, the USA's Michael Morrissey with Elton Center Mill. Third place rider from the American Gold Cup this year, with top 5 finishes throughout the season at the Kentucky Horse Park, is showing for Imperial Show Stables. And the mount for Michael Morrissey, a 10-year-old Belgian sport horse by Clintissimo Z. 10th to show, Michael Morrissey and Elton Center Mill. $78,718, that'll yield the 2 on the clock and 3 knockdowns for 12 in the field. Total of 14 for Michael Morrissey, riding for Imperial Show Stables with Elton Center Mill. Second Irishman to join us this evening, Andrew Bournes with C-Top Blue. Owner rider and a 13-year-old Irish sport horse gelding by Shaco Blue. Nations Cup rider for Ireland and a 4-star Grand Prix winner here at the Winter Equestrian Festival, Andrew Bournes with C-Top Blue. No jumping faults. It's 2 for Tom at 78.025 for the Irishman Andrew Bournes, and C-Top Blue goes into third place at this point. Round 1 of tonight's $40,000 Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Captain Brian Cornon now. Big Captain Brian Cornon with James Blonde, a 10-year-old Dutch warm-blooded by Nabab Derev. Owned by the Glen Bay Farm. Yeah. Rider with the 2 in the top 10 of our open meter 40 speed on Wednesday of this week. Captain Brian Cornon at 12th on course for round 1. Two on the clock is 78-121 for Captain Brian Cornon and James Blonde. Clear over the fence is 2 for Tom, going into 4th place. Columbia's Elon Blumenau with Del Mar. 8-year-old gelding owned by the Colombian rider. 3-star speed winner at Silo Ridge and 3rd at the Old Salem Farm Grand Prix in September of this year. Elon Blumen, 13th for round 1, rider out of Columbia with his own Del Mar. Single knockdown coming at fence number 12 for Elon Blumen with Del Mar, and 3 against the clock, the time 79.504, total of 7. Welcome Vanessa Hood on course, Frenchtown, New Jersey-based rider with Cascoretto. The ride for Take 2 LLC this evening for Vanessa Hood. Placing 7th in the 3-star, the Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix, are the winning major league team at Greenwich this season as well. Vanessa Hood, Cascoretto. That's our 14th rider on course for round 1. Clear round 76-481 for Vanessa Hood with the Take Two LLC entry, Cascoletto. Two clear now through the first to 14 in round one of our $40,000 Bainbridge Companies Grand Prix. Our first rider on course, Venezuela's Luis Larrazabal with Victoria Irtamante's Quick Chick 3. Now the USA's Vanessa Hood riding for Take Two LLC with Cascoletto. Tone sounding for our 15th to go. It's a Delaney Flynn, a rider from Park City, Utah. Showing for Windsor Show Stables, Suffield, Connecticut. With a 10-year-old Holsteiner mare by Casolito, this is Cassinia for Delaney Flynn. Fifth in the three-star Grand Prix, Kentucky Horse Park, late September, and second in a three-star in early October. 15th rider, the USA's Delaney Flynn. $75,085, just the final fence down the back rail at the Bainbridge Oxer at number 13 for Delaney Flynn and Cassinia. Currently in sixth place for Delaney Flynn with the Windsor Show Stables entry. And we'll see five more before a midway break here in round one of our $40,000 Bainbridge Companies Grand Prix. Stephen Blumen up next, and a rider representing Israel with the Cashmere de Braise. A 12-year-old Sol Francais gelding by Quality Touch. Fourth place rider in the two-star Grand Prix at Old Salem in September, and a two-star Grand Prix win in Saugerties in June this season for Stephen Blumen. Yeah, the first of our five riders before a midway break here in round one, showing for Over the Top Stables, Stephen Blumen with Cashmere de Braise. $75,873 with a score of 8 for Stephen Blumen and Cashmere de Braise. The rails coming down at 3 and 9 to finish on 8. Two clear so far. Venezuela's Luis Larrazabal for Victoria Irtamonte with Quick Chick 3. Vanessa Hood's also posting a clear round with Castle Loretto, owned by Take Two LLC. It's Tony Stormont, 16-year-old German rider, currently sitting third overall on a single time fault with Don John Dachau. And 2-on-2 time faults to currently round out the top 5. Andrew Bournes with C-Top Blue and Captain Brian Cornon with James Blonde. Isabella Harding up next. West Palm Beach-based rider with a GRS Conte Bleu, and 11-year-old Oldenburg mare by Contargos. Isabella with top placings in the U25 series, sponsored by Brain Juice here at the Winter Equestrian Festival earlier this year. Our 17th rider for round 1, Isabella Harding, with her own GRS Conte Bleu. Thank you, rider. Second refusal is cause for elimination. And 3 still ahead of us before midway break, round 1. Again, with just the 2 clear at this point. Our $40,000 Bainbridge Companies Grand Prix this evening. The Bainbridge Companies is proud to be a sponsor. Your Wellington International, based here in Wellington, with offices in Orlando, Florida, Tampa, Florida, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, Atlanta, Dallas, and Austin. Bainbridge is one of the nation's premier owners, developers, builders, and managers of multifamily real estate. Chris Uwanowski on course next, and it's aboard New Jersey, Van der Noord-Hoevel, as our 18th combination to show. Belgian-bred mare, an 11-year-old by Spartacus Tien. Chris Uwanowski showing under the ownership of Polo Jump LLC. Placings this season here in Wellington and at the Kentucky Horse Park, and a 7th place finish in the Meyer Grand Prix in Traverse City this summer. First of 3 riders before midway break, Chris Uwanowski aboard Polo Jump's New Jersey, Van der Noord-Hoevel. Just over by 500ths of a second. It's 1 for time for the USA's Chris Uwanowski with New Jersey, Van der Noord-Hoevel, owned by Polo Jump LLC. The time 77.051. It goes into 3rd place as the quicker of the 2-1 falters behind our 2 that are clear so far in round 1. We welcome the Irishman Christian Coyle back on course, his 2nd mount in the first half of the order this evening. It's Extravaganza Semilly. 10-year-old Celle Francais mare by Jarnac, owned by Alexis Bodo of Nashville, Tennessee. First of 2 before a midway break here in round 1. There you have it, our third clear round of the evening, coming from the Irishman Christian Coyle, riding for Alexis Bodo with Extravaganza Simile. 74, 9, 29, and 3. Now qualify for the jump off Venezuela's Luis Larrazabal with Quick Chick 3. The USA's Vanessa Hood with Cascoleretto, and Ireland's Christian Coyle with Extravaganza Simile. We'll see one more before a midway break in round one, and that'll be Jimmy Turano joining us with his own Coach Yosi. 10-year-old Zangers out of Mir by Kanan. Sixth place combination from the Welcome Stake this week. Jimmy with wins this season at Traverse City and Upperville as well. It'll be our final, taking us to the drag break. Jimmy Turano with his own Coach Yosi. Pair knockdowns at the Florida Coast Equipment Oxer at 2 and the Bainbridge Oxer at 13 to finish on 8 for the USA's Jimmy Turano with Coach Yosi. Time 74.603 on the 8. Halfway through the first round, we've seen 20 of the 40 combinations expected. The clearest so far coming from Venezuela's Luis Larrazabal with the Victoria Ertamante entry Quick Chick 3. The USA's Vanessa Hood riding for Take 2 LLC with Cascoleretto, and Ireland's Christian Coyle with Extravaganza Simile, owned by Alexis Bodo of Nashville, Tennessee. Tonight's $40,000 Grand Prix sponsored by the Bainbridge Company, proud sponsor here at Wellington International, based here in Wellington with offices in Orlando, Tampa, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, Dallas, and Austin, making Bainbridge one of the nation's premier owners, developers, builders, and managers of multifamily real estate. We're going to take a little time out here to refresh the footing. We'll be back underway. 20 still to go for round one. Back underway at 19. Still to go for the first round for the $40,000 Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix this evening. 3 clear coming out of the break. Venezuela's Luis Larrazabal with Quick Chick 3. Vanessa Hood aboard Casco Reto, and Christian Coyle with Extravaganza Somalia. Belgian rider Peter de Brabander will be our first to show after the break. The rider aboard MTM Caden, owned by Martin Huggins. 9-year-old Holsteiner gelding by Cascarello. Peter de Brabander, 4-time winner in Oliva this season. He'll be the first of our 19 so to go for round 1. Clear round 75, 882, and Belgium's Peter de Brabander will be our 4th rider to qualify for the jump off this evening in the $40,000 Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Riding for Martin Huggins with MTM Caden. 3 on the front side of the break. Now our first rider on the back side of the break, going clear here in round 1, bringing that total up to 4. Maggie Jacobs of Mount Vernon, Ohio, up next with a ride for Pony Up Sport Horses Limited. They're mounting a 15-year-old Holsteiner by the name of Clyde VA. 20-year-old rider, 2-time medalist at the North American Youth Jumping Championships, our 22nd to get the start. The USA's Maggie Jacobs with Clyde. Clear round 75, 324, and we're now up to 5. Fault free for round number 1. Our first 2 riders after the drag break going clear. Maggie Jacobs booking a trip to the jump off there for Pony Up Sport Horses Limited with Clyde VA. Alana Wagstaff up next with Great Thing. Grand Prix winner here in Wellington, and the 2nd place combination from a welcome stake this week. Great Thing, a 12-year-old Belgian bred mare by President, owned by the Mill Pond Farm. Alana Wagstaff, our 23rd to show. Three on the front side of the break. Our first to three after the break get going clear. It's a penalty-free effort for Alana Wagstaff riding for the Mill Pond Farm this evening with a great thing, a 73-346, and we are now up to six. Qualify for the jump-off in tonight's $40,000 Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Nicolette Hurt, our next to go. Nicolette is aboard a Fleurette owned by the Chatwood Farms. Grand Prix winner in Michigan this year. Rider also taking seventh in last week's three-star Grand Prix here in the International Ring. Partnered with the 15-year-old Celle Francais, mare by Verdi Tien. It's the Chatwood Farms entry Fleurette for the USA's Nicolette Hurt. Wave of the hand there, and Nicolette Hurt will retire aboard the Chatwood Farms Fleurette. Six on the clear list, three before the break, and our first three after the break. Belgium's Peter de Braven there, USA's Maggie Jacobs, and the USA's Alana Wagstaff all qualifying for the jump-off. We welcome Michael Murphy on course next with KCM. Yeah, the 9-year-old Dutch-bred mare by Canaan, owned by South Coast, based here in Wellington. Wins at the Trine International Equestrian Center this year for Michael Murphy, including a three-star Grand Prix win in June. And the ride for South Coast, Michael Murphy with KCM. 74-822 is just the 4 faults, a knockdown at the triple bar for the USA's Michael Murphy with South Coast entry K to CM. 74-822, it's our fastest 4 faulter, currently in 11th for Michael Murphy and K to CM. Welcoming back Germany's Amke Stroman. Second mount this evening, Donnerlichen 70. 9-year-old mare by Dallas Video. Already once a winner this week, attempting to qualify for the jump off and become our 7th rider to do so. Germany's Amke Stroman with the Donnerlichen 70. $75,238, the 4 for Amke Stroman and Donnerlichen 70. A correction, score of 8 there for Amke Stroman and Donnerlichen 70. Yeah, 6C and 10A, the 2 knockdowns are there for the German rider. 6C, 10A, the 2 knockdowns, score of 8. Luis Larrazabal now, and it's the second mount for the Venezuelan competitor. And again, it's the ride for Victoria Ertemate. Piloting a 12-year-old warm-blood mare by Contargos. This is Condara. Luis Larrazabal, our first rider to go clear here in round 1 with Quick Chick 3. That entry also owned by Victoria Ertemate. Second of his 3 this evening. It's our 27th to go. Clear again at 76, 176 this time. And again, it's riding for Victoria Ertemate for Venezuela's Luis Larrazabal on his second of 3 mounts. Condara. Clear with Quick Chick 3. Now clear again with it, Condara with the 12 still to go. We're up to 7 penalty free for round 1 and the $40,000 Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. It'll take us to Genevieve Meyer of Rancho Santa Fe, California, riding for the Coral Reef Ranch, piloting the 9-year-old Hanoverian mare Coral Reef Tassilo. And Genevieve Meyer with placings across Europe, including Saint-Tropez, Kronenberg, and Brussels this year. Three knockdowns, 3 penalties on the clock. Total of 15 for Genevieve Meyer with Coral Reef at Tassilo. 7 clear, 11 still to compete in round 1 of the Bainbridge Company's $40,000 Grand Prix this evening. We welcome Argentina's Thomas Joffre on course with Thur Z. And Thomas with the ride for Stellium Sport Horses and with top placings this year in Valkenswaard and Brussels for the Argentinian. Currently based in Lexington, Kentucky, piloting a 10-year-old Zangers out of Mare by Tyson, the first of our 11 combinations remaining. 7 clear so far as Thomas Joffre gets the start for Stellium Sport Horses with Thur Z.
tabla.
76-0-67, just the late knockdown front rail at number 12 for Argentina's Thomas Joffre and through Z. Just out of the placings, currently in 14th. Jessica Lito back on course, her second, and again riding for 8 wins LLC. Showing a 7-year-old Zangers out of Mare by Kentucky, Venezuela's off Kiana STWZ. First of 10 still to go. It's the second for the USA's Jessica Lito. A total of 18 knockdowns at 4. The South Florida Hunter Jumper Association, Skinny, and 10A. The Ox are at the double down as well. 8 in the field, 10 more for Tom at 86-485. Total of 18 for Jessica Lito with Kiana STWZ. World Equestrian Games rider and a Pan American Games silver medalist up next. Second rider for Argentina in the order this evening, Luis Pedro Birben with Bailey's Van der Broye Z. An 8-year-old warm blood by Biscay Blue C, owned by La Quadra Stables, our first of 9, still on the first round list. It's a score of 8, and the 2 knockdowns coming at the triple bar and the Bainbridge Company's Oxer at 13. Fifth time for both of those fences to come down here in round number 1. 75.012 the time for Argentina's Luis Pedro Birben and Bailey's Van der Broye Z. That'll take us to Katie Eppinger in the order, a rider out of Grafton, Massachusetts, owner as well of the 13-year-old Oldenburg Chaco's Cherry PS by Chaco Blue. Coming off a top 10 finish in a Grand Prix at the Trina International Equestrian Center last month. 4th in the 2-star qualifier at the Hampton Classic this season as well. First of our 8 remaining riders, the USA's Katie Eppinger. Eight and 13, the 2 knockdowns. It's 8 in the field for Katie Eppinger with the triple bar coming down and the Bainbridge Oxer at 13. 4 on the clock with a time of 80.265 to finish on 12 for Katie Eppinger of Grafton, Massachusetts with her own Chaco's Cherry PS. Great Britain's Grace Debney now with the Temple Equestrian entry Jespri HS. 10-year-old Dutch warm-blooded by Eldorado Van de Zeeschuk. Number 37 ranked U25 rider in the world. Just finishing 3rd in the Lugano Diamonds Grand Prix in Aiken just 2 weeks ago. First of 7 remaining Grace Debney with Jespri HS. 7 clear so far. Yeah, thank you, Ryder. Second disobedience is a cause for elimination. 7 clear, 6 left for round 1. 3 on the front side of the break. 4 since the midway mark. It'll be Lebanon Jadana up next, piloting after 8. Winner last week in 3-star competition and a 5-star winner in Ottawa in August of this year. Jada piloting a 14-year-old Swedish warm blood by Diorado. Jadana after 8, owned by the Spring Hill Farm 1850. (72-982), score of 8 with the knockdowns coming at 9 and the plank down at 11. And just a second time for number 11 to come down tonight. (72-982), score of 8 for Lebanon Jadana. And after 8, owned by Spring Hill Farm 1850. Leah Scrancy, the first of our 5 remaining riders, based in Boca Raton. She's also listed as the owner of her mount, a 9-year-old Belgian warm blood gelding, Puccini Van Orti by Non-Stop. First to 5. Total of 12 there, the 2 knockdowns and 4 on the clock for Boca-based rider Leah Scrancy with Puccini Van Orti. Time 80.774. Peyton Bearbauer now, a rider based in Lantana, Florida. It's a 16-year-old Zygers out of gelding Alfie Z by Air Nike Z for the owner rider. in this evening's Bainbridge Company's $40,000 Grand Prix. Second fastest for Falter in our welcome stake on Wednesday, the first of our four still to go. Yeah, 24 jumping, 38 on the clock for a total of 62. Three still to go for the first round. We're holding on 7 clear at this point. It'll be Colombia represented next by Andrea Torres Guerrero. Rider based in Lake Worth, Florida. Her mounting 9-year-old Belgian-bred mare, Picada Poca Amureta by Canaan. Fourth place finish in a speed stake in Mill Spring in October. Top placings at the 2024 Winter Equestrian Festival as well. Colombia's Andrea Torres, our first of 3 riders to go for round 1. Andrea Torres Guerrero retiring with Picada Poca Amureta. Still on the 7 to clear. 2 of those 7 piloted by Luis Larrazabal. Both Victoria Ertemate entries, Condara and Quick Chick 3. This is the 3rd amount for the Venezuelan. Check me out. An 8-year-old gelding by Chacon Blue. Again, riding for the owner, Victoria Ertemate. 3-time Bolivarian Games medalist Luis Larrazabal. 2 clear already. First of our 2 remaining riders. The early knockdown at number 2, the Florida Coast Equipment Oxer for Venezuela's Luis Larrazabo with Victoria Ertemantes. Check me out, 77,800. That'll be 1 on the clock as well to finish on a total of 5 for the Venezuelan rider on his 3rd mount this evening. Luis Fernando does have 2 qualified for the jump off, Condara and a Quick Chick 3. That does take us to our final rider for round number 1. It's Colombia's Andres Cuadros, piloting her own Starsky, and 11-year-old Oldenburg Stallion about Staccato. Our 39th to go for round 1, wrapping us up, Colombia's Andres Cuadros. Yeah, taking fence 7 again and retiring it there for Andres Cuadros and Starsky. Takes us to the end of round number 1. 7 qualifying for the jump off out of the 39 starters in round 1 of tonight's $40,000 Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. We'll have 2 for Luis Fernando Larrazabo as the Venezuelan rider will bookend the jump off. He'll be our first to go with our first entry on course for round 1, Quick Chick 3 as our first back. He'll also be our final in the jump off round with Condara, both of those entries owned by Victoria Ertemate. In between, we'll see the USA's Vanessa Hood with Take Two's Cascalretto, Ireland's Christian Coyle piloting for Alexis Bodo with Extravaganza Simile, Belgian rider Peter de Brabander and MTM Caden, owned by Martin Huggins. For the U.S., Maggie Jacobs with Clyde VA, a Pony Up Sport Horses Limited entry, and Alana Wagstaff, another U.S. rider in the jump off with the Mill Pond Farms Great Thing. Those are 7 horse and rider combinations for the jump off. Tonight's $40,000 Grand Prix sponsored by the Bainbridge Companies, a proud sponsor here at Wellington International and based here in Wellington, Florida, but also with offices in Orlando, Tampa, D.C., Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, Dallas, and Austin, making Bainbridge one of the nation's premier owners, developers, builders, and managers of multifamily real estate. We'll take a few minutes to adjust for the jump-off round and address the footing as well, and we'll be back underway. 7 to jump off tonight's $40,000 Grand Prix. And tonight's $40,000 Grand Prix, sponsored by the Bainbridge Companies, a proud sponsor here at Wellington International. Based here in Wellington, Florida, with offices in Orlando, Tampa, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, Dallas, and Austin. Bainbridge is one of the nation's premier owners, developers, builders, and managers of multifamily real estate. We're going to have 7 back for the jump off this evening. Our first to return will be Venezuela's Luis Fernando Larrazabal. The gate is up, and the Venezuelan rider is back with us on the first of his 2 jump-off mounts this evening for the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. The ride for Victoria Ertemate with the 9-year-old Holsteiner mare by Cuevaros, Quick Chick 3, and Venezuela's Luis Fernando Larrazabal. Double clear tonight for Luis Fernando Larrazabal, and the first of his 2 jump-off mounts, Victoria Ertemate's Quick Chick 3. Setting the tone on the clear round and the jump-off there, and the time to beat at 42.909. Coming from the Venezuelan rider, Luis Larrazabal with Victoria Ertemate's Quick Chick 3. First of our 7 combinations in the jump-off this evening. It'll be the USA's Vanessa Hood to join us next. Cascaleretto, her mount by Take 2 LLC, a 12-year-old Holsteiner by Casal. Time to beat is 42.909. 46.203, Vanessa Hood clear for Take 2 LLC with the Cascaleretto. Off the pace set by Venezuela's Luis Larrazabal with Quick Chick 3. 42.909, still the time to beat. Vanessa Hood going into second with a Take 2's Cascaleretto. Third rider for the jump-off round this evening, it's the Irishman Christian Coyle and the Alexis Bodo entry Extravaganza Simile. 10-year-old Self-Francais mare by Jarnac, our third on course out of the 7 to come back for the jump-off round in tonight's $40,000 Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Is Luis Larrazabal leading. The time to beat is 42.909. 44.916. It's a penalty-free jump-off effort, but it's 2 seconds off the pace. They're coming from the Irishman Christian Coyle, going into second place, riding for Alexis Bodo of Nashville, Tennessee, with Extravaganza Simile. Luis Larrazabo, Quick Chick 3 leading, Christian Coyle in second with Extravaganza Simile, Vanessa Hood in third with Cascoloretto. Takes us to the Belgian rider Peter de Brabander and the 9-year-old Holsteiner Gelding, MTM Caden by Cascarello, owned by Martin Huggins. That time to catch is 42.909. Yeah, the 4 faults in the jump-off knocked down at number 15 for Belgium's Peter de Brabander and MTM Caden. Time 45.437, and it goes into 4th place for the Belgian rider Martin Huggins in tonight's $40,000 Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Luis Larrazabo still leads with Quick Chick 3, Christian Coyle in second with Extravaganza Simile, and Vanessa Hood in third with Cascoloretto. 5th rider on course for the jump-off, it's the USA's Maggie Jacobs aboard Clyde VA. 15-year-old Holsteiner owned by Pony Up Sport Horses Limited, Moorestown, Tennessee. Leading time is 42.909. Final fence down, it's the 4 at the Bainbridge vertical at 1 for Maggie Jacobs and Clyde VA. Four faults at number 1, and the time 45.437. That actually goes into a tie for 4th. Same penalties and same time as a Belgian rider Peter de Brabander with MTM Caden. Both on 4 faults at 45.437. Maggie Jacobs and Peter de Brabander tied in 4th with it 2 still to go. Alana Wagstaff and now first of those 2. The ride for the Mill Pond Farm with Great Thing, chasing that time of 42.909. Clearing into the lead at 41.655 for Alana Wagstaff And a great thing owned by the Mill Pond Farm here in Wellington. A new leader taking a little over a second off of that time from Venezuela's Luis Fernando Larrazabal. Alana Wagstaff now in front of the pack with the 12-year-old Belgian warm blood by President. A great thing. At 41.655, Luis Larrazabal now in second with Quick Chick 3. Christian Coyle in third with Extravaganza Simile. Vanessa Hood fourth currently with Cascoretto, and a tie in fifth place. Maggie Jacobs aboard Clyde VA tied with Peter de Brabander with MT and McCaden, both on 4 faults at 45.437. Just the one left in the jump-off round this evening, and that is Venezuela's Luis Larrazabal. Only rider to qualify 2 for the jump-off round tonight. Clear on Quick Chick 3 over the short course, and in the lead until that round there from Alana Wagstaff with a great thing. Now leading time at 41.655. Yeah, so Luis Larrazabal will give him a few more minutes to warm up his second jump-off mount. That'll be Condara. And that'll be his last chance to catch and take the win this evening for our $40,000 Bainbridge Companies at Grand Prix, and to earn that Tony Delfiandra Memorial Trophy that is presented to the winner of the Grand Prix at the South Florida Hunter Jumper Association annual charity show. Currently Alana Wagstaff in pole position for that with a great thing. And again, it's Luis Larrazabal second with Quick Chick 3, Christian Coyle in third with Extravaganza Semii. Vanessa Hood in fourth with Cascoretto, and our 2 riders in fifth, tied in fifth on 4 faults at 45.437, Maggie Jacobs and Peter de Brabander. Tonight's $40,000 Grand Prix, sponsored by the Bainbridge Companies, proud sponsor at Wellington International, based here in Wellington, Florida. Also with offices in Orlando, Tampa, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, Dallas, and Austin. Bainbridge is one of the nation's premier owners, developers, builders, and managers of multi-family real estate. We'd also like to extend a special thank you to Signature Spurs for their continued support of our South Florida Charity Horse Show. Having built a reputation for quality with their personalized spurs and custom whips, they now offer select tack, clothing, accessories, and gifts, along with free delivery and fittings in the Wellington area. You can check them out online at signaturespurs.com. And so just the one rider remaining. Word from our paddock master, A.J. Holmes, is that Luis Larrazabal is on his way up from the warm-up area. We'll see one more. We'll present it to our top riders in the field this evening. We'll also be presenting the Tony Delfiandra Memorial Trophy, donated by Michael Delfiandra, which is presented to the winner of the Grand Prix here at the South Florida Hunter Jumper Association annual charity show. Also the award for leading lady rider and our winning grooms presentation upcoming as well. And so again, it's the USA's Alana Wagstaff leading with the Mill Pond Farm entry. Great thing. She shaved about a second and a half off of that time from 42.909. That was Luis Larrazabal's leading time with Quick Chick 3. Now the time to beat at 41.655 as the Venezuelan athlete rejoins us. This is Condara, owned by Victoria Eritemate. The time to beat, 41.655. There's your winner. The last proves it to be the best. 40.941 for Venezuela's Luis Larrazabal and Condara, owned by Victoria Ertemonte. It's about 0.7 of a second faster than the time coming from the USA's Alana Wagstaff. Alana will finish in second, riding for the Mill Pond Farm with a great thing. Third award as well going to Luis Larrazabal. 2 in the top 3 for the Venezuelan rider as he places third with Victoria Ertemonte's Quick Chick 3. Fourth place honors will go to the Irishman Christian Coyle riding for Alexis Bodo with Extravaganza Simile. Vanessa Hood taking 5th for Take 2 with Cascoleretto. 2 riders tied in 6th, both on 4 faults at 45.437. The USA's Maggie Jacobs piloting for Pony Up Sport Horses Limited with Clyde VA, as well as the Belgian rider Peter de Brabander with MTM Caden, owned by Martin Huggins. On a single time fault in the first round, it's Chris Uwanowski's 8th tonight with New Jersey Van der Noord-Hoevel, owned by Polo Jump LLC. The 16-year-old German rider Tony Stormans takes 9th, also on a single time fault with Don John Dachont, owned by Rushy Marsh Farm. Andrew Bourne's 10th with C-Top Blue. 11th award to Captain Brian Cornon and the Glen Bay Farms at James Blonde. And 12th, we'll round out the ribbons with our fastest 4-faulter from the first round, the USA's Michael Murphy for South Coast with Cada CM.